Good evening, everyone. It's New York vocalist Benita for another episode of Singing Tips. How is everyone doing this evening? I hope you are having a wonderful evening. It is a wonderful winter night here in New York City. It's very pleasant. It actually feels almost spring-like. So I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and thank you for joining me for Singing Tips. I see I have 3 people. Hello, how are you? Hi, Nabucco, how are you? Thanks so much for joining me for Singing Tips. Congratulations on your new music, and your touring. Hi, Henry, how are you? Thanks for joining me for Singing Tips tonight. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend and wonderful evening. I'm back for another episode of Singing Tips, and we are in the image section of Singing Tips. So all of the tips that we will be going over for the next few weeks is all about the image. We kicked off the image section a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about your first impression and that there are 3 parts to your image, which is your appearance, your communication, and your behavior. Last week we talked about your self-image, how you see yourself, and we shared some ways on how to improve your self-image if that's what you need to do. If you are interested in any of the tips that we covered before in the other sections, your talent, your live performance, your original music, please go to the Singing Tips blog, which is on Instagram, BCM Sings. Click on the bio, and you will see all of the other tips. It's also on YouTube, so go to my YouTube channel, Benita Charles. Click on the playlist, the Singing Tips playlist, and all of the videos are there. Hi, how are you, Aunt Sala? How are you? Thanks and please tell Uncle Paul I said hi. Thanks for joining me. Yes, so this section is on the image. So all of the topics all of the tips that we have on this section will all be about your image. So just to give you a little bit of background of Singing Tips, if you're not familiar, Singing Tips is divided into 2 sections. There's the show part and the business part. Now, those of you who've been following me know where that comes from. That comes from a movie that I was inspired by a couple of years ago. Well, maybe now it's 3 years ago, 2014, the Get On Up story of James Brown. That was such a phenomenal movie. I'm going to make it popular again because I'm going to talk about it every week because it was the inspiration behind Singing Tips. There was a section in the movie where James was talking to his manager. He wanted to be more in control of his career. He wanted to, be more on the business side. And his manager said, "This is show business. You take care of the show, I take care of the business." And James Brown said, no, I'm going to do both. And that's exactly what he did. And that inspired me to have 2 parts to Singing Tips, the show part and the business part. Now, we have been in the show part for quite a while, since we started last April. It's hard to believe it's been that long since I've been doing Singing Tips. But this is the last section of the show part. It's all about the image. Next is the business part, and we'll be talking about marketing and promotion, and that starts the business part. But right now, we are talking about your image. As I said before, last week we talked about your self-image, and this week I wanted to talk about your appearance. Now, that's all part of your image. As I said before, image has 3 sections. There's your appearance, there's the communication, and your behavior. So today we're talking about your appearance, and that is the first thing that people will see is how you look. Now, you know how people joke about being shallow, but you know what? That's the first thing that people see before you even speak, before you open your mouth. The first thing they're going to look at is your appearance. So it's very important. Now, I have just a couple of things about your appearance. First, always look your best. Now, we are in the digital age, which means there's a camera lurking somewhere. Someone will take a picture, snap a picture of you, will tag you in a photo. So you always want to look your best. Yes, I've been caught out there, so don't do it. Always look your best. And I have, always look your best, whether you're out and about, whether you're on stage, whether you're in a formal interview, or you even in rehearsal. I put even in rehearsal or a recording session, because someone's going to take a picture, someone's going to take a video. So yeah, always look your best. Also, I have dress to reflect your personal style. Now, for me, I'm conservative. I like the classy, kind of minimal kind of styles. But, you may be a trendsetter. You may be the type of person where you wear something and everybody wants to wear it. Or, you may be a bombshell. Like, you like to be a little more sensual and revealing. I say that's okay as long as it's classy. That's just my take. But, but be yourself. It basically is what I want to say, is be yourself. Whatever your style is, it's going to only enhance it by being authentic and making, as an extension of yourself. This is who you are, and you reflect in your style. And then I have own the room. When you walk into a room, if you know you look your best, you will walk in that room a certain way. You will own it. You will stand up straight, and you will make people, draw people to you. You will make people look at you and say, wow, look at that person. Woo, when you look good, you feel good. And so that's what the most important thing is, feeling good. Now, I recently saw a video on confidence. It was through the Lean In. If you're not familiar with Lean In, it's a book that was written by Sheryl Sandberg. I believe that's her last name, but she's the sister of Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, or creator of Facebook. And in this video, there was a lady who was like an image consultant. And one of the things she said about confidence was that confidence is something that it's something that you can work on. And, she was saying that self-esteem is something that's inside of you, or how you feel about yourself, and that's something that you have to work on from the inside out. But confidence is something that you can work on from the outside in, meaning your appearance. You can, get yourself a new dress, or get yourself a new suit, or, get your nails done, or do something to enhance yourself. You know how you feel when you have a new outfit on and you just feel, beautiful, you feel great. So, you can work on your appearance, and as it's a confidence booster, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, that is this week's tip. It's all about your personal appearance. So if you're just joining, my name is Benita Charles. Thanks for joining. I give singing tips to beginner singers every week to help them become professional. It's all about image. This is the image series. All of the tips going forward will be all about your image. We're talking about your appearance today. Just to give you a recap, always look your best. You don't know, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, always look your best. You never know who's going to snap a picture. You never know who you're going to run into. So always look your best. Dress to reflect your personal style, but make it authentic. Be yourself. Whatever your style is, whatever your taste, your likes is, just be yourself, and people will appreciate that. And own the room. Have that confidence. When you know you look good, you feel good, and it shows. So that is it for me. But I do have a couple of announcements. First of all, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm sorry, I'm just rattling on. How is everyone? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. A couple of announcements. First, next Saturday night, I will be with Preacher Man in a Revival at Friends and Lovers in Brooklyn. Now, I do have the address. It's 641 Clawson Avenue in Brooklyn. And for your GPS, the zip code is 11238. Now, that's going to be a hot, hot show. There's some other great acts on there. But we go on at 8 p.m. And so we're going to bring it. So I hope to see you next Saturday night at 8 p.m. at Friends and Lovers. Also coming up on Singing Tips, I have a special show. I will have a stylist on the show. Her name is Roxy Siegel. She actually is my stylist. She did my CD for my Moments in Love. She styled my Moments in Love cover for me. She did my makeup, my hair, my clothes. And so she's going to be coming on this week coming up. It's going to be a special Singing Tips with Roxy. She's going to be talking about style as an art, for the artist, and just her sense of her definition of style. And she's a wonderful. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Auntie. I really appreciate it. Hi, Dina. How are you? Thanks for joining Singing Tips tonight. We're talking about image, your appearance as an artist. So yeah, I'll go over the tips in a minute. We'll do a little quick recap. But thanks for joining. Just wanted to make an announcement that I will be performing with Preacher Man in the Revival next week at Friends and Lovers, 8 p.m. So be there. It's going to be hot. You know what? You guys have to be at a Preacher Man show. I'm telling you, it's an experience. It's one of those things you really have to be there. I mean, the music just sets you free. Each and every time I go there, and I'm just like, and by the time I leave, I'm just energized. And when I'm performing on stage and the music hits me, that's it. I'm free, and you will be free. So please come on out next Saturday. Another announcement that on Singing Tips, I will have a stylist, Miss Roxy Siegel. She's my personal stylist. She will be on here next week to discuss styles, all in the image, for the image section of Singing Tips. So I'm really excited to have her on the show. I will be announcing that soon. Just to give you a recap tonight, we talked about your image, and we talked about a few things and to keep in mind. First of all, always look your best. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's going to snap a picture. But as an artist, you know, if you're out and about, if you are interviewing, if you're in rehearsal, even in a studio rehearsal or a recording session, somebody's going to take a picture. Always look your best. Number 2, dress to reflect your style, your personal style. Be authentic, whatever your style is. You're a trendsetter, you're classic, you are a bombshell. You know, whatever your style is, just be yourself and own the room. You know, when you look good, you feel good, and you have that confidence. And that confidence is what draws people to you. So that's going to do it for me. I know it was a quick one, but I just wanted to just give the tip for image. We are steaming ahead. And the image section is the last section of the show part. So thank you guys so much for your attention. Thank you so much for just all of your support. I really appreciate it. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hi, cousin. How are you? I'm just about to wrap up. But thanks so much for joining Singing Tips. We're talking about your image this week. All about looking your best, feeling your best, and having that confidence. So, well, just to give you a little bit of recap, since you just joined, one tip is always look your best. No matter, you know, even if you're not an artist, even if you're not a singer, you should always look your best. You never know who's going to snap a picture. You never know who's going to tag you. So I think that applies to everyone, but especially artists. Always look your best. Number 2, dress to reflect your personal style. Whatever your style is, just be yourself, and it will come across a lot more than if you're trying to be something else. And number 3, own the room. I mean, if you do the first two tips, you will own the room. If you look your best, if you're dressing in your personal style, you will look your best. You will feel your best. Now, we're going to get more into that when we have our expert, Roxy Siegel, stylist. She does wonderful hair designs. She did my makeup for my CD, and she was awesome. So she will be on the show coming up. So I'm really excited about that. And next week, Saturday, actually a week from today, I will be with Preacher Man in the Revival at Friends and Lovers in Brooklyn at 8 p.m. So hope to see you guys. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your attention and for your support. And I will see you next time on Singing Tips. Take care. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in any of the other tips, go to my Instagram blog, the Instagram page, BCM Sings. Click on the link and in the bio, and it will take you to the Singing Tips blog. On YouTube, it's Benita Charles, my channel. I have a playlist of all the videos of singing tips, so you can click on there, and if there's any other tips that you're interested in, you can see those there as well. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time on Singing Tips.